people didn't like the music yesterday.
Oh.
They're gonna hate that. It's just gonna be squeaky. Hey, climb up there and juice it up. Put some oil in it. See what it does though?
Wow. Did you see that gust? Like that was...
We could see outside.
And that happens during a hurricane? You don't think that would freak you out?
I do. Well, on top of the building, there's something that covers that.
Well, yeah, but it just feels like... Remember when we survived a tornado?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, right here.
Yeah, it was literally right here.
I remember. Okay, it's quiet. We should go. Welcome to Outside the Virus, a show that we do every day to talk about stuff that's happening outside the virus headlines, but still related to your finances. And, I've got a good one today.
You got a good one today?
Check this out. I'm just gonna put these papers right here. I snuck them in on you.
Wow.
These papers here, have you ever heard of the, I can't say their names, but the financial budgeting apps / websites out there?
Why can't you say their names?
The free ones, because I'm about to share some information that not everybody has.
Wow, okay.
You don't know which ones I'm talking about?
No.
The popular budgeting in the budgeting apps? Hey.
I mean, yeah, I think I know a couple of the apps, yeah.
So now we know he doesn't have a budget. The main ones, they are tracking your data. And we all know that. They're tracking your data. But specifically, what are they using it for? I'm going to share some of that with you today. The absolute details of how they're doing it. We've got it. And if you may want to watch this video because we may have to take this down. This is one of those things.
This is one of those ones.
Because this was meant, I'll tell you in a moment who it was meant for. And we were, thanks to being, I guess, growing in popularity on YouTube.
Yeah.
We were able to have someone intercept it. I feel like a spy right now. I really do.
You're talking like a spy. I mean, the way you're saying this, like...
I kid you not. It's that level of detail. I'll blow your freaking mind in a minute.
I love it.
So
we're going to ruin... Well, never mind.
By the way, what are you doing this weekend? You want to drive to Georgia and get a haircut?
You know, I thought about that. I was like, I might just go to Georgia or Tennessee just to get a haircut.
Georgia, man. All we got to do is cross the border, find a nearest barber.
That's not bad. I would do that. I would absolutely do that.
If we come back with haircuts, they'll know we drove.
Oh, yeah.
All right, what do you got?
This day in history. Today's a big, big day for you in this day in history.
What day? I always forget what day it is.
We're going to start playing the game of what day do you think it is?
Yeah. April 23rd.
Yep. It's not necessarily a holiday. I mean, maybe for, you, it would be kind of a holiday, but...
God, is it somebody's birthday?
No, I would never get that right. I would never get that right.
Is it my anniversary?
Not your anniversary. Today's just a big day. Today's the first day. You want to guess at anything what happened today? And you want a date? How about April 23rd, 2005? How old were you then? Where were you at that time?
I don't know. 2000. They all blend together after a certain year.
How about you want a hint? How about it? What if it says me at the zoo? Not me. The hint is me at the zoo. April 23rd, 2005.
I have no idea.
The very first YouTube video was posted on YouTube. Very first upload.
And it was called Me at the Zoo?
Me at the Zoo by Jawed Kareem.
That's the best we could come up with? Or that's the best he could come up with? Was Me at the Zoo?
He was just at the zoo. This was before YouTube was it was just something that people posted on, so he posted he was at the zoo. So he was the very first YouTuber. He now has 792,000 subscribers, and he seems every year to kind of do something fun with the very first YouTube video.
You know what I think would be fun but highly illegal is the people that break into Universal and Disney at night.
Yeah.
And they just go for rides and stuff.
Yeah, you like those guys.
No, I don't support. I've never actually watched the video. I've heard of them, but I mean, just the thought of having a park to yourself. I'm just saying. Anyways,
you want to go do that?
No.
Oh, okay.
I want to keep this business.
Yeah. That was kind of the big thing. I mean, there was something about Coke trying to change their formula, didn't work, but I thought that one was, that's
more
big. Yeah,
interesting.
It at least applies more to here.
Huh.
Right. Anyway, that's my this day in history.
I love it. I'll give you something real quick. Limited brands. This is what's going on with limited brands over the past couple days. So there's a company called Sycamore Partners. They wanted to buy out 55% of Limited Brands, which essentially would have given them control of Victoria's Secret. Limited Brands is for them. I know you know, but Limited Brands is Victoria's Secret and Bath and Body Works, the smellies and stuff that people keep sending us for some reason.
Yeah.
So Sycamore Partners wanted to buy out 55% of it. It essentially, oh, you got one. That's how many we have. Thank you, by the way, for everybody that sends these. But we are fine here. Our hands are sanitized. We're not going anywhere.
Trying to say something.
Anyway, Sycamore Partners was going to buy 55% of the company, about $1 billion valuation, and they just filed a lawsuit against Limited Brands saying, you broke the terms of the deal. We don't want to buy that anymore. Now, there's two schools of thought here. People think, okay, on one hand, Sycamore Partners was like, okay, we were going to buy Victoria's Secret, but then they shut down all the stores. They don't make any money. We don't want to buy something that's not making any money, and they're trying to back out of the deal.
Yeah.
Because Sycamore Partners filed a lawsuit that said, you violated the terms of the deal, and they are incurable, meaning it can't be fixed, and we need to dissolve this agreement. Limited Brands was like, no, you're trying to get a better deal, because now the company is worth a whole lot less, and if you back out of the deal, you can come back and say, okay, we'll actually do this price. So some people think they're negotiating a better deal. Some people think they really want out of the deal because they can't actually, they don't want to pay top dollar for it.
What do you think? They just want out of it?
I personally think this is white collar negotiating.
Yeah.
I really do.
That's what it sounds like.
No, it really does. So there's analysts on both sides here. Wells Fargo says, nah, they're just negotiating. They put a 75% chance that the deal goes through, and they think it's just part of negotiating because the stores are closed. They want a lower valuation, everything like that. So that's why Limited Brands fell so much the other day, and I believe it's up a little bit today. And tornado number 2?
Oh, it's. I'm telling you, there's definitely a tornado out there. It's bad.
It's nasty down here today.
It is bad. Hey, people are reporting earnings, by the way, and people have the greatest headlines for like some of these companies. They try to get it to tie in, and I found one that I really liked because Hershey's reported yesterday, last night.
Yeah.
Hershey results aren't as sweet as Wall Street wanted.
They missed.
I think some of these headlines for earnings crack me up.
Are you starting to find the funny side of Wall Street?
Yeah, I thought it was so stupid, but I was like, good job.
How do you miss on earnings?
Yeah, I mean, that's...
Like, even if before the shutdown, okay, I was eating Hershey, but after the shutdown, we're all sitting at home, hey, people are buying cookie dough instead. They're not buying Hershey's.
Yeah.
I find that fascinating. I thought for sure they would have beat, you know who did beat?
Who?
Domino's.
I believe that.
Called it yesterday.
You know what? I haven't had Domino's on this quarantine yet, but I do like Domino's.
Don't know if I've ever ordered Domino's as an adult.
Stop.
I'm very confident.
As an adult over the age of 18?
Yeah.
Seriously? Come on.
I know as a kid we used to get Domino's. Did they have the cheesy bread inside the crust?
I don't do that stuff.
If that's who it was, then we used to get that a lot when I was a kid, but as an adult, I don't know.
The cinnamon sticks. Come on.
Sounds good.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I've never, I don't think I've had it.
That's horrible.
We have a Jodo's.
I love Jodo's.
Freaking Jodo's. Hey, right there, we can walk.
Yeah. Hey, fun fact for you, by the way, and if this story's too long, I might cut it out. When I was really young, we had pizza over at your house one time, and it was Pizza Hut, and there was cheese in the crust.
That one.
That was Pizza Hut.
Okay.
Yeah, but this was like 10, 15 years ago. But anyway, so you had ordered that, and in my mind, Pizza Hut only had cheesy crust. I didn't like the cheesy crust. I never had Pizza Hut since till like probably a couple weeks ago for the very first time. Pizza Hut's great, but I just thought their crust always had cheese in it, so I never got it.
Ah, so you never knew that.
Yeah, I just assumed.
There you go. So I know it's not Domino's. I don't think I've ever had Domino's as an adult. And I'm not that stuck up where I don't eat pizza. I can knock down a pizza. But
Domino's is good though. They got the garlic crust.
When you drive by the store and you're like, okay, that's the store. I know there ain't nothing fresh in there. That's the store.
What do you want?
I want a fresh pizza.
But like Pizza Hut, have you seen their stores?
I don't eat Pizza Hut either. I mean,
you've had pizza, any of them, Hungry Howie's, Little Caesars.
Jodo's.
Jodo's is tough, man. I love Jodo's, but
Jodo's makes good. They make fresh. They get the fresh food from where? What's
Publix.
No, it's not Publix, but they get all the fresh meats and stuff.
Cisco.
No, not Cisco. I mean, they probably get some of the cheeses and stuff from there.
Wow. All right, that was my Hershey's thing. Do you want to get into your? We can do talk about the energy, S&P. I guess I just kind of spoiled that, huh? I had a question for you, but I just kind of ruined it there, so that didn't go so well. Oh, you want to get into that?
Maybe we could save the energy thing for another day, unless is energy sensitive. What are you looking at?
Time.
You're like the Hodge twin guy.
Yeah, but did you see the time?
What's the time?
We're at like 10 minutes already. Go ahead.
You spent an hour talking about that thing.
Oh yeah, we did. Okay, sorry.
Hey,
go ahead. Sorry.
Okay, the big financial app that / financial website, we all know they sell your data. It can't be free. They sell your data, but in particular, how do they sell it and what are they using it for? So I am just working through some of this today, but I saved some of this to share with you here because I thought this was interesting, and I'm probably going to do a video on this. First thing, they are, the politicians actually using this. And we can actually show this because it doesn't have anybody's name on it. This is a figure of the amount of social distancing Trump supporters are doing. That they're able to get that information from your financial transactions. So what they're showing is what portion of the share of Trump's vote relative to how much distancing they're doing. Meaning the bigger the share, less distancing they're doing. The less of the share, the more distancing they're doing. That's just the first one, right? So they're tracking that. Why do you think they're tracking that?
Political reasons.
Political, yeah. I mean, that's one thing. I
don't
found that interesting. One other thing maybe we could share and try to cut out here. The household spending response across categories by your predicted partisanship. So they're already gearing up for election season. That's the moral of this story at the moment. Retail spending, whether you're Republican or Democrat, restaurant, Republican, Democrat, air travel, food delivery, public transit, and credit card spending based on being a Republican or Democrat. If you want to know, since the start of the virus, Republicans have spent less on their credit cards than Democrats. Democrats are still spending more in credit cards. So imagine how they could approach that in the political season. Or what you think Democrats would be as focused on credit card debt or not? The Republicans aren't going to focus on it because now they know people are spending less on their credit cards as Republican parties. So they're not going to try to win over, or Democrats aren't going to try to win over anybody on the Republican side. Thought that was interesting. But let's not go straight politics here today because we have all the data from the apps that these people are using. We actually know how much you make. Not you. You. Or you. Here we go. Out of all the people that use this very popular fintech app, your mean payroll income is $2,718 a month. I think we can share this here too. I found this interesting. They broke it down into percentiles, so the bottom 10% of the crowd, the middle 25%, 50%, the upper echelon of people in the financial apps, meaning the people that the 90 percentile that makes the most amount of money a month makes $6,352 a month. Does that sound like a lot?
I mean,
to be in the upper 90% of all the people using this very popular fintech app?
well, I mean, no, but
Doesn't really sound like a lot, right?
right.
But to be in the upper 90%. However, the more money you make, the more accounts you have linked. So the lower income people have one account linked. The more higher income, as you work your way up, they have 2, 3, and 5 accounts linked. So the more money you make, it's presumed that you're taking your money more seriously, I would assume. One thing that I found is that if you are in the bottom 25th percentile of income, your income ranges anywhere from $500 a month down to next to nothing, which is odd. But 25 percentile or less, you spend about the same amount on groceries that you spend at restaurants.
Well, that's fascinating.
But even if you're in the 50th percentile, you spend about the same amount on groceries as you do in restaurants. If you're in the 75th percentile, you spend a little more on groceries cooking at home. And if you're in the 90th percentile, just a fraction more spent at groceries versus eating out. Bottom line is, we now know, and we can prove here, that we basically spend the same amount eating out that we do on groceries.
That's pretty crazy.
But they know absolutely everything about your data. They've actually broken down your spending by week since the virus, whether you are in your house buying or out of your house buying. Also by your, whether you were male, female, whether you were Republican, Democrat, whether you were a Republican buying groceries or a Democrat buying groceries, an independent, they actually are able to figure all this out. And this is just the start. I got all these pages here from, I can't say the name.
That's insane. That's really, really crazy.
I'm not supposed to technically have this, but fascinating. Now you know, which I don't think most people have a problem with. If you're using a quote free app, you know they're selling your data. They got to make money somehow. They have a lot of great tools and things that they put on there, so you're paying for it. But specifically, how do they use your data? That is, as of 1 week ago, how they're using your data. They're gearing up for election season. So when you see the election season start, and all of a sudden you're like, why are they focusing on those people? That doesn't make any sense. Or that crowd, or that union, or that, now you know why. It's not necessarily because of votes, it's because of the data that they have. And they wanted to know what you guys were doing at home during the virus so they could focus on that.
They're always tracking us. They're always tracking us, aren't they? Whether it's this or that or whatever it is, they're always tracking us.
Oh, did I scare you?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of this. Well, do you remember that app that came out last year where you could take a picture of your face and it'll show you what you look like in 90 years?
Yep.
Yeah, they were just sending the pictures, like they were sending your facial recognition out to Russia.
I believe Russia and China owned that app.
Yeah.
Yep. And so China owns TikTok, by the way.
Oh, cool.
Just so you know.
Oh, cool.
Yep. So it's we got to stop touching our faces.
Yeah.
A video yesterday, we were all like,
I know. I sat there rubbing my eyes for too long. That's not great.
Remember we played rock paper scissors and we were thumb warring after that? No.
I was like, who are you hanging out with?
That's all I got. What do you got?
I mean, that's pretty much it. We got golf. Golf is coming back, right? We talked about golf coming back.
Golf is where you win after tonight. We know what's happening tonight, and golf is where you win.
Here's the deal. After tonight's the NFL draft. I like it. It's great. I'm excited for it. I'm gonna watch it. But I was gonna talk about golf being back. Did you hear about Tiger Woods filming this match?
Yep.
With Peyton Manning and Tom Brady?
I wish they weren't a part of that. I would rather watch Tiger and Phil.
We already watched it and it wasn't good.
No, but I don't want to watch Peyton Manning, and I don't really care about them playing golf. I want to see real good golf.
I want them to show up like. They have to use the rental clubs. They show up 5 minutes before their tee time.
Oh,
they go out and play. They get their mic. They got some beers. They're just out there to have a good time.
That's what I want to see.
I like that. But Tiger and Tom Brady are ultra competitive. I don't think that's going to actually happen.
It's Tiger, Tom Brady versus Phil and Peyton.
No, it'll be Tiger. It'll be Tiger and Peyton.
That's probably
they're like best friends.
Yeah.
So
NFL draft tonight. You want to make a bet?
What do you got?
I don't really know much about this, so I can only bet on like prop bet type stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I will bet that the NFL draft, you want to do over under on the length of time that it takes. I will say over 4 hours, unless you think something different.
Oh, I think we're going well beyond midnight with this thing.
Because isn't it? It's not. It's normally like a couple hour thing. You have a beer, you watch it.
Well, yeah, this is just one round, and so usually there's a time limit on the pick, but basically they're not putting a time limit on it just because. Jeez. Usually there's a time limit. If you don't make your pick, you get jumped. You don't get a pick. But they're saying with all the technology going on this year, we're not too worried about it. If you go over the time limit, that's okay. And they're going to want teams to do that.
Okay, so that doesn't work. How about the odds of that there is some sort of major failure? Not like, oh, there's a disconnect for a second, but I'm talking about a team purely gets skipped, right? You don't hear from a team. Like, because they got cut off. Maybe there's some sort of pornographic material that makes it somewhere. Hacking.
I think a mic gets left on, maybe. Always making sounds over here with your
That's how I keep up with stuff, man. I already know what I got to do next based on that sound.
The commissioner goes to make a pick with the second pick in the NFL draft. Such and such selects, and then he freezes, and everyone.
Yeah.
Who they pick?
Catastrophic.
Who they picked?
Hey, by the way, can the players put ads on there? Was there any way that they said no? Because like if I'm one of those players, I'm gonna sit there. I would damn near wear a NASCAR jumpsuit.
Well,
man.
Usually they got their Gatorade with them or something. They'll take a sip of their Gatorade or Powerade or whatever it is. But I'm pretty sure
about that.
I'm pretty sure the NFL mandates it to an extent.
Sure. Wear your shirt.
Well, maybe that's already out there. Maybe we'll have to take a look. Check our Instagram story.
I think what. Oh, well, there's a little plug. All right, let's wrap it up there. Appreciate you guys hanging out. Let us know what you think about the show. Is anything in particular we can cover that is relevant but outside the virus? Enjoy.